Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today for our expert interview series. And I've got a great colleague of mine, Joyce, here, and she's an LMT and has a really awesome story about how she upstarted and navigated her way through the business world to ultimately being able to sell her practice and be able to be a mentor towards other massage therapists, as well as being able to get her life on a boat and travel around and really being able to add that leverage. So I really appreciate you joining me today. And I know this is going to be an awesome experience and story, especially for those who are starting up and really being able to realize that there's other options than just treating people per se. So tell us like a little bit about you and your background, your story.
Sure. My name is Joyce Gauthier. I'm also known as the Sailing Massage Therapist, and I also started Respect Massage. I was born in upstate New York, not too far away from you, Brad. So I grew up there, and I was on, my trajectory was to be in theater. I was in plays, I was in dance school, and when I got to college, I was a dance and theater major, and I went to school near New York City in Westchester County. And then I graduated from college and I got a job with Sesame Street Live, and I danced with them for a couple of years. And then I lived in New York. I met my husband. I gave up the whole acting theater thing, and then I became a massage therapist. It was a very natural progression for me to become a massage therapist because I was injured as a dancer. Massage therapy helped me. I absolutely loved it. I wanted to help people. I felt like theater was a very self-centered kind of field to be in, and massage is so giving and it's all about helping people, and that's the direction I wanted to take my life in. So I moved back to upstate New York, and I lived there for about 10 years, going through massage school, and then I had my own business. And a lot like other massage therapists out there, we didn't really have much of a business class in my school. And I had to learn as I went. So the first 4 years I kind of suffered. I wasn't as busy as I wanted to be. I was lucky to be in a chiropractor's office. So I did have a pretty good amount of clients coming in because I was there, and I've always been really good at talking to people. I love talking to people one-on-one. So I would just kind of sit out front and talk to the chiropractic patients and try to get them to come and get massages. And then I got to the point where I wanted to travel again. I really loved traveling when I was a dancer, and I missed it. So my husband and I saved up a bunch of money, and we bought a sailboat, and we moved on to the sailboat. And when I moved onto the sailboat, I anticipated just going back to upstate New York every summer and practicing, so we had income coming in. And after the first summer of trying that, I realized it was super unfair to both me and my clients, because I had some clients that were like, I waited for you. I didn't go see anyone else. I didn't want to cheat on you. So to get that feedback that my clients were waiting 8 months to get a massage, when, I mean, I was a medical massage practitioner. So my people were not like, oh, I just come in to relax and to let go. It was more people that had some serious injuries, car accidents, stuff like that. So they can't go 8 months without getting work done. So I realized I can't do this anymore. And I also just wanted to travel more, and I didn't want to get sucked back to upstate New York every summer. So I let go of the practice. I did sub at a spa for a little while, like here and there in upstate New York. My sister-in-law hooked me up with a job there, so I can kind of like keep my hands in it. But I've really pivoted more to teaching online, to helping massage therapists build their business, because I now have 10 years experience in learning how to build a massage therapy business just by doing it. So I like to share all that knowledge with massage therapists, and I love being the boundaries and ethics lady with Respect Massage and having courses for ethics and boundaries as well. So helping massage therapists kind of deter sexual solicitors, how to stay safe in their practice, how to have super good boundaries to protect themselves and to protect their clients. So that pretty much brings me to today, and I met Brad online. I just think you're great, Brad. You're my go-to tech guy. So thank you so much for having me on your show, and I guess that's it.
I love it. I think it's awesome. So yeah, I think it's really important for people to really understand that, hey, there are ways that you can transition your business, and you don't necessarily have to, even if you're just doing something outside, you're in banking or in real estate and you decide, hey, I want to go into this, there is options for that. Or maybe you are a therapist practitioner now and you want to get into doing coaching or creating leverage in your business or transitioning, whatever that might be. There are opportunities. So maybe talk a little bit about and share kind of like that experience when you realized, hey, you know what, I want to get out of the practice and I really just want to get into shifting to do the boundaries-based work and the group that you have and mentoring and so on. Like,
Yeah.
what was sort of sparked that change for you?
Oof. Well, it was a long, slow, organic change. Um, so I left my practice and I moved on to the boat. And I felt like it took me that first year of just living on the boat to just like stop working. I, you run into this issue a lot of times with people that retire too. It takes them months or years even to just like get out of that grind and to find your natural sleep schedule again and to just do what you want to do with your day and not feel guilty about not doing anything, even though like living on a sailboat, running a boat is a part-time job. It keeps us very busy. There's always something to fix. There's always something to do. Like you have to think about, oh, I have to go get water. Oh, I have to go get rid of my poop somewhere. Like, there's so many different things to do to keep the boat going. So that first year was kind of that. And then I went back that summer and I tried to practice and I was like, this isn't really it. So then when we were out cruising again, we're sitting in the Bahamas and I'm like, I
Oh,
feel like
stressful.
yes, so stressful. I was sitting on the beach um, and I was scrolling through Facebook, looking at the Facebook groups, and I was getting really frustrated reading what these massage therapists were writing. And I was like, why isn't anyone helping these people? Like, I just, I was feeling like the boundaries and the ethics weren't there for a lot of massage therapists. And the questions that they were asking in the groups, I was like, well, this is so simple. I totally know what the answer to this is. And then I was scrolling through all the responses and they're just totally being misled. And I was like, I want to take control of this. I want to help massage therapists that are floundering out there. So that's when I started the Sailing Massage Therapist group. And it really caught on. People really liked what I had to say. People enjoyed the boundaries. They enjoyed the structure. And I had a totally different take on it because I wasn't practicing anymore. And I had all this experience and I could kind of be this, like, I had this bird's eye view of our industry. So then with that, as the group was building, I kept on having people reach out to me and saying, hey, I had this client that tried to solicit me. Hey, I had this situation happen and I was sexually solicited. And I was getting a lot of these messages and talking these therapists through the process of what you should do. Should you call the police? Should you have just walked out earlier? Should you not have booked that client in the first place? So that's how Respect Massage was born. I was like, well, this is another void in our industry. No one's doing anything with this. There are associations, our states that are regulating us, the countries, our your provinces, and like no one's really standing up and saying, this is the information you guys need to keep yourself safe, and this is when you should walk out, and this is when you shouldn't book a client. So I just started Respect Massage, and I don't know if I always like to think that everyone knows what Respect Massage is, but if you don't know what Respect Massage is, it's kind of a campaign, I guess, or a movement that I've started. And I have a logo and it says Respect Massage Zero Tolerance, and I've made it available for free. You can download the logo, and I've encouraged massage therapists to put it on their website, on their social media, and all their marketing. So it's like a sign being super upfront saying that you don't provide happy endings. It's a first line of defense. And then what that has grown into is I do social media posts where I might talk about a different red flag or an experience. I'll sometimes pull things out of groups and talk about what massage therapists have gone through, about their stories with a sexual solicitation. We kind of break it down and talk about what should have been, how it should have been handled or what they did right or maybe what they did wrong. And then that grew into the Respect Massage Ethics and Boundaries course, which is a NCBT MB approved course that massage therapists can take to fulfill their ethics requirements. But it also provides amazing information about all of these things that I've already just mentioned.
Yeah, I think that's really important to really, you saw a bit of a gap in the marketplace and, a problem that you're, that's there, and you created a sort of system and culture and development of course and stuff around it. So, maybe chat a little bit about like what that process was like in regards to like just kind of going through transitioning from being in person, kind of trading time for money, to what the changes were like when you were actually doing stuff online and whatnot. Because it's a different world, as we know.
Brad, it took me a year to even sell anything through the Selling Massage Therapist, because I feel like it took me a year to understand how to communicate to people online. I'm real good at talking to people. I was always really good at rebooking, at talking to my clients, communication, like laying down the law if I had to. I'm a theater major. Like that stuff comes really easy to me. But when it comes to being online, I can't just talk my way into someone's heart. Like I had to make videos, write posts, make graphics, reach out to people in DMs and talk to them one-on-one, see how they tick. I'm constantly putting up questions in my group to see how the mind of a massage therapist works. Like as a business owner, I have a target audience, right? Like I connect really well with millennial women. That is like a huge part of my group. We get each other. We've been through a lot of the same things. So I had to pose a lot of questions in my group to really understand, what are they afraid of? What are they worried about? How do they feel about finances? How do they feel about certain boundaries? What's happening in their massage rooms? What don't they like about their business? So I can help them become the successful therapist that they want to be. Because it took me 7 years in owning my business to make the hours that I wanted to have and to charge what I wanted to charge. It took me that long to get there. And I really want to help massage therapists get there quicker so they can be making money over the course of their entire career instead of stumbling for the first few years, not knowing what they're doing. So switching to the online space, yes, there is absolutely growing pains. I'm still figuring out. I mean, that's a big reason of why I use all of your stuff, Brad, because the tech side, I'm not great with tech. I feel like, I guess compared to some, I'm good at it because I am a millennial, but I don't get a lot of the analytics, the nuances, obviously not coding, but you're so good at that stuff, Brad. So that's why I've also learned while working online, it is really easy to connect with people and find people that you resonate with. Like you, Michelle at Massage Student Pro, and Allie, the massage business mama, amongst like hundreds of other just massage therapists that might not be selling online, but just the friendships that I've made are insane. And I've never even met you guys in person. So I feel like once you get over that hump of understanding how to communicate well online, that you can meet some really amazing people.
For sure. And that's really where your business starts to take off, because you really start to build a bit of a community. And I think that's a little bit about what you've done. So maybe tell us a little bit about the community that you built and what your group is about, and kind of what you're finding are common sort of trends and whatnot. And some of the main things that you're finding as trends.
Okay, trends. Well, the massage business with the Selling Massage Therapist is the name of my group. And my group is known for being the nice group on Facebook, because I have to moderate it very closely. I will remove people that are rude. I look at every single question before it's posted and I screen them. I watch it really, really closely. And I feel like that's why it's such a positive group, because they know I'm watching. Like I'm on Facebook a lot, unfortunately, just watching and making sure everything's being run well. And I also have people within my group that if I don't catch something, they'll let me know and I can handle it. So with that being said, not a lot happens anymore. I feel like once I hit 1K with group members, there were growing pains in there where a lot of people came in all at once and I got a little out of control, but I controlled it once again, and now I feel like we're a really solid group again. So trends that I'm seeing, I mean, obviously COVID was really hot a couple months ago, and a lot of people were talking about protocols and what they're going to do with their business, and a lot of people were talking about leaving massage therapy. That's something that I saw a couple months ago. I feel like we're kind of getting back into the norm once again, thank goodness. And there's not as much debate about should we be wearing masks. Like, I feel like for the most part, everyone's on the same page. And most of my people in my group are from the US. We do have Canadians, we do have people from Australia, and a handful of people from the UK. But for the majority of my followers, they're from the United States. So yeah, I mean, I even made a post yesterday about Christmas, about, I hate to say it, but it's August and it's time to start thinking about what's going to happen at Christmas time with your marketing. So it's something that I brought up. A bunch of people just wanted to kind of follow the post and not have to think about it right now, but we had some really good suggestions in there too about what people have done in the past and how they're shifting. So that would be another trend too, Brad, is that I'm seeing a lot of shifting with people and the way that they price their massage businesses, that people are more comfortable now raising their prices than I've seen ever before, because massage therapists, we're very caring, loving people, and we want to just give away massage therapy for free. But I think after people didn't work for a few months and they realized very early on into quarantine, they didn't have any money. Like there were people posting about being 1 or 2 weeks into quarantine and they've run out of money and they had nothing saved.
I remember that.
Yeah. So I think that people are a lot more conscious about, I mean, not just retirement, but just an emergency fund or just raising their rates so they're getting paid at a living wage, or even just shifting jobs altogether. A lot of people are opening up their own businesses, and we are still seeing some people just leaving the industry because there's too much uncertainty for them. I mean, this world is forever changed. You know, people keep on saying we're going to go back to normal. We're never going back to normal. I can say that without a doubt. And some people realize that they don't want to have their own business and they don't want to be in an industry that's going to be basically the first to be shut down if something happens again.
Yeah, lots of stress potentially.
Yeah. It's been a tough few months for people for sure. And the economy was doing so good before COVID, and I feel like people got a little complacent too, where it was just business was so good and everybody was in the groove, and then we all got the rug pulled out from under us, and things have definitely changed.
What kind of things? Yeah, I mean, like it's definitely been a huge shift, I guess, right? So, what kind of things have you seen and sort of help people with, or in terms of creating their pricing, in terms of getting them back on track to getting their business into a better position, if anything does go wrong in the future, knock on wood, with their practice and so on?
Yeah, well, I think what it all boils down to is boundaries. And that's why the Respect Massage course is doing so well. Like, a lot of people are taking the course and they're learning to integrate those ideas into their business, because if you have solid boundaries, it's going to bleed into every single facet of your business and you're going to be more organized across the board. So boundaries aren't just with people pressing your boundaries and asking for a happy ending. Boundaries are with your pricing. If a client comes in and asks for a discount and you don't offer a discount, how do you help that client? Like, what do you do? Some massage therapists have like one day a month where they do a sliding scale of sessions, and people can sign up for that. There's other massage therapists that kind of do a frequent flyer discount. If you come in every month, you get a discount, or they have memberships or subscriptions. But I think the massage therapists are getting a lot more comfortable with that type of pricing, with the membership pricing, with subscriptions, because we all just spent months online. And that's how things happen online. You have to either pay a one-time fee or you pay every month. And people are getting a lot more comfortable with that, which is really cool. So that's something that I've been talking to a lot of massage therapists about, is just not necessarily all about raising or lowering prices, but a shift in the way that you address it. So it's an easier sell. It's easier to rebook someone when you have some sort of incentive for coming more frequently, or you have a subscription. And how can you integrate online work in case you can't do hands-on work anymore? That's something that I'm really pushing people in my business course. And so 30 Days to Massage Business Success is my business course. So it is an online course, but I go through the course with everyone that takes it. So at the end of every week, we do a check-in and we figure out, okay, well, what marketing is going to work specifically for you and your business, and we tailor make it to everybody's business. So I'm really encouraging everyone to integrate online options for their clients. So let's say you have specialty, it's fibromyalgia. You have a package that you sell to clients. So they get discounted hands-on work. They get some sort of product that you give to them. And then there's also an online group. So if you can't do the hands-on work, then you can shift to the group. People are still paying you to be in the group, and you're still making money. So you're not relying just on the hands-on work.
For sure. And yeah, this sounds like they're doing lots of work on the wall over there. So yeah, it's all good. So yeah, I think that's a big thing, is like I've always been an advocate for it, is like having other streams of income and making sure that you have other ways to make money. And that was a lot for me, was being able to have different types of services as well to sort of help even just provide leverage with you. Like I had exercise routines and corrective exercise programs that I didn't necessarily have to perform, and I didn't have to do treatment all the time. So it creates another stream of income that you don't have to trade time for money, and you're also not burning yourself out quite as much. So I think that's a really good idea. So the same thing with the pricing, which you realized, and maybe chat a little bit about that. It's like, I always say, it's like people, I'm really different than most massage therapists. It's like, I always say it's like people are buying solutions. They're not buying service. And the more we can price based on the outcomes we can provide, the better it is. And people, not just massage therapists, but physios and chiros, everyone prices based on what everyone else does. And the reality is in business and really how the world works, like you want to be able to differentiate yourself. And part of that's your messaging, and part of that's how you do business and pricing and so on. But, you really want to make sure that you have the pricing that makes sense for you. I see people who charge like $40 an hour for treatments, $60 an hour. Like even at those, it's challenging. People pay, I'll give you an example. Like there was a colleague of mine who's talking about a locksmith, and the locksmith charged him like $300 to come out for 10 minutes to, unlock a car door. So, that was $300 for someone to go do something like that. Like that's insane. But yet a massage therapist is worried, or a physio is worried about charging $150 an hour for an appointment. What we do is significantly more improving. It's not just coming in and you're relaxing. It's like, hey, we're improving the quality of your life, the mobility of your movements, your joints, so you don't have as much potentials in terms of pain and all that other stuff. So curious to hear your kind of thoughts on pricing and that as well.
Ed, you're so good at leading into all of my courses. Thank you. So I have a free course called The Complete Massage Business Overhaul, where we talk about exactly that, about how do you differentiate yourself from every other massage therapist, and how do you make your business different? And when you because if you're just like every other massage therapist out there, all people are going to choose your business upon is location, price, and your hours. And if you are offering something that no one else offers, then guess what? You can work whenever you want, you can charge whenever you want, and you can be wherever you want because people are going to seek you out. Like when I had my business in upstate New York, I graduated from a school in Albany, New York. I practiced in Latham, which is next to Albany. There were a lot of massage therapists in my area, and I still had people traveling over an hour to see me because I did such a specialized form of A, I did medical massage, and B, I took insurance, which not a lot of massage therapists do. So I had people find me from all over the place and see me specifically. So what I want to do for other massage therapists is give them that gift of saying, okay, I mean, if you just make yourself a little bit different, it doesn't have to, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to be you. You just have to be different and stop looking like everybody else. Stop using stock photography in your website. Stop offering just relaxation massages. Stop using the same quotes that everyone else is passing around on social media. Make your own quotes. Do your own thing. And make it really clear who you are. Because also, it's going to deter sexual solicitors. If you're super clear about what you do, and you're not just another relaxation place, then it's very clear what you don't do. So it's a way to protect yourself too, to have that niche.
For sure. And that's huge. I always say it's positioning is massive. And, you know, especially if you're going down the medical treatment route, you can generally charge more money. You're able to,
right.
Position your business and you have less, sketchy people or whatever it might be. So what are some tips based on your experiences from starting your business for someone who's new, just starting out, or someone who's been going for a while but not really getting much traction? Like, what are some things that you learned over your experience that allowed you to get rid of your business and sail to the Bahamas?
Sure. I think that marketing should be fun. It should be something that you look forward to, and it should be something that plays to your strengths. So if you're a massage therapist out there and you hate marketing, it's because you're marketing like everyone else does. So you need to figure out what works for you. So it's something that we go through right in the beginning of therapist needs to ask themselves. Have they loved doing Zoom? Do they love it? Do they love talking to people on the phone? Like, were you that teenager that was just on the phone all the time? Do you love talking one-on-one? Do you like being in front of groups? Like, I'm working with someone right now. She loves being in front of groups. So we're going to work out for her to like get in with a local doctor's office or something, teach some classes. Because she really enjoys that. So if you're a niche, like let's say you do prenatal massage, get in with an OBGYN and teach classes once a month at their office, like teach relaxing breathing or teach how to massage a foot without touching, those no-no spots that everybody's so afraid of. There's the possibilities are just endless as long as you understand what you like and what you don't like. Like, I feel like chair massage is a great example. There's a lot of massage therapists out there that hate chair massage. So why do you even own a chair? You shouldn't. It's just not for you. There's plenty of other ways to do it. Are you on Facebook all the time anyway? Well, then have a really good Facebook group, that you put all your favorite clients in this one group and you all hang out there. There's a lot of options for people and you don't have to hate it. Because if you hate it, then it's not going to work because you're not going to do it.
For sure. Yeah. And there's no point in doing it. And I always say it's like mindset wise, if you're doing something you don't like, then as soon as something goes wrong, you're less likely to stick through it. So it's
exactly,
really, make sure you have like that anchor, so to speak, to hold you there. And I think there's a lot of practitioners that, don't like, I talk to physical therapists that are in like physio mill kind of treating, 80 patients a day or whatever, back to back to back, like, they're not getting much fulfillment. They get burned out. So it's really, really important, I think, for doing that. So thanks for sharing a bit about that. So tell me like a little bit about what your sort of next plans are and where you're heading right now and sort of where you see the massage world.
Okay. I definitely am putting a lot of my focus into Respect Massage. I'm really working on my YouTube channel right now. So when I started the Sailing Massage Therapist a year and a half ago, I started a YouTube channel And I put out a video every week for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And like 3 people would watch them. It was so disappointing because I was like, I want to be a YouTube star. It's going to be great. I'm going to make millions in advertising. Well, it's not that easy. So I have renewed my love for YouTube because I really love being on camera and I love performing. And that's a big reason of why I started my online community, so I could perform in front of everybody and make videos. And I have to thank Michelle at Massage Student Pro for renewing my love for YouTube, because she's really good at choosing titles with keywords that people will find. And she's really good at making great thumbnails, because that is really what drives the traffic to a YouTube channel, is having really good thumbnails and a title that people are going to be searching for. So once I made that shift with my YouTube channel, I started getting a lot more views. So, and I'm focusing just on Respect Massage stuff on my YouTube channel right now. So it's all about ways to protect, like I have marketing, how to market yourself to protect yourself from sexual solicitors. I have different code words and behaviors that sexual solicitors look for. Like here, I'll tell you one of them. But something that was code was when you are a sexual solicitor, like you're looking for a happy ending, and you go to a massage place, you're supposed to ask, how relaxed will I be? And then the therapist is supposed to say, you will be completely relaxed. And that's like code for a happy ending's going to happen, which I thought was fascinating. Like I did this big search. I read all these blogs, and I like went to all these websites, and I gathered all this information on how to ask for a happy ending, so then I could portray that to massage therapists, so you would know what to look for in case like you were doing something that you didn't even realize you were doing. I made a great YouTube video about that, and that one's doing really well on YouTube. It's very popular. So that's where I'm shifting now. I have my ethics and boundaries course. I want to work on another Respect Massage course more for business owners, like policies that you can use, certain clients that you might run into, not just solicitors, but also just stuff like what we've been talking about, pricing, and different boundaries that you're going to run into just as a business owner. So that's coming. That's going to be coming soon. And just continuing to work on providing really good social media images for everybody to share for Respect Massage. And yeah, and I hope to go to the Bahamas this year on the boat, but we don't know. It's very much up in the air. We might end up in Florida. Who knows? I just want to go somewhere warm at this point.
Yeah, I totally hear you. And I think it's awesome that you've got a lot of different resources for massage therapists and practitioners to really be able to, put themselves into a position where they're able to charge more, not burn themselves out, not attract people who are not the right fit for their business and whatnot. So if people are looking to find out more about you, connect with you and your services, like some of the courses that you're chatting about, where can they find you?
Go to respectmassage.com. It's all there. I'm all over Facebook and Instagram too on Respect Massage. And you can go to the YouTube channel, The Sailing Massage Therapist.
Cool. I'll make sure I put those links below as well. So
thank you. Thanks,
anything
Brad.
else that you wanted to say before we kind of sign off?
I don't know. I feel like that's like, you had got my life story. You're good. You're good,
I appreciate it. I think it's a lot of very valuable stuff for people to be able to have more experience and realize, hey, there's other things to do outside of just massage and treatment. And, ultimately you can really design your own path. And as you go through it with some consistency and with some, direction and help, you can really, achieve what you really want to be able to do. Yeah. So I appreciate you coming on and sharing some of your story with everyone.
Thank you so much, Brad. I appreciate it.
Thanks again.